Hi! In case you're new here, my name is Liz, and in case it's not apparent, I am a nerd fighter. And I'm also a mom, and usually on my channel what I talk about is related to one of those two things. But I'd like to try something new today. See, I love music, and I particularly enjoy good music. And I really love those rare instances when you can tell that an artist has put their all into and meticulously planned an entire album. Every so often I come across an artist or an album that is like this. The last time was Watsky's All You Can Do. I probably spent about a month solid just living inside of that album. Well, it's happened again, and I would like to share it with you now. So let's start at the beginning. First, the universe was created. Next, a bunch of other stuff happened. Then one day on Tumblr, Nick Jenkins mentioned that he was working on a music video with a friend of his, Alan Lastufka, who is the co-founder of DFTBA Records. So I started following Alan to keep tabs on the project, because Nick is a fantastic director, and I want to be able to support him in any way that I can. In short order, I learned about Alan's band, the Caulden Road, and how there he and Christian Caldera's first album, which is this, was really good. I kept an eye out and waited to hear about the release of their new EP, Reflection. What I did not expect was what happened after I gave the album Reflection a full listen to. Now that I've spent the last few weeks inside of this album and watching the music videos that go with it that have been released so far, I would like to be able to share with you my experiences with this album. So let's dive in. So the first track is called All I Am, and it definitely has an 80s feel to it, but I am a child of the 80s, so that is a fantastic thing for me. And it's been a long time since I've heard something that has done something 80s, but like not stereotypical 80s, like real what we actually grew up with, and it's fantastic. Definite earworm tendencies. I have found that I've been just playing those lyrics in the back of my head when I wake up first thing in the morning and all of that, but it's a happy kind of earworm. And that choir at the end, I'm always a big fan of a choir. Throw a choir in there and you got me. The music video that accompanies this song was directed by Alan, and it was the third release so far. And I quite enjoyed it. It didn't have a whole lot going on, but I think that there's something about that is fantastic.
She always made him melt, or how each time she found it easy to hurt, and somehow she knew that he wouldn't tell. Left him molded and folded, pasted and cut, left him blinded by everything she said was love. Her favorite game became arranging his edited heart. She knew he'd take it, she'd fake it, he'd fall apart.
So the second song is called Cant. More like Can't Sit Still when you listen to this song. I don't want to say that I have a favorite, but if I was going to say that, it might be this song, just from sheer danceability alone. The thing that I really liked about this particular song is it did sort of that Third Eye Blind thing where if you listen to the lyrics are actually really kind of sad and depressing, but the music is so uplifting and happy that there's that awesome and fascinating, and I'm sure that there's a term for that, in the music world, but I'm just a professional appreciator, not a professional musician. But I like that concept of having really, really sad lyrics go with a really, really happy tune. There's something fantastic about that dichotomy. This was the first music video release, which was directed by the fantastic and amazing Risa Rodil, who actually designed the sweater that I'm wearing, along with like a gigantic percent of the DFTBA warehouse, basically. So that was a neat little video. I thought that was fantastic and fun, and little puppy bits and the robot was cool. So I loved the music video for this.
Saw him coming over with a rush of adrenaline so fast, didn't quite know why. Closer now, emotions started overflowing, memories blow in and cloud her mind.
So the third song is called The Wind, and as you can see, we've kind of toned things down a little bit in this album. But, oh man, just the lyrics. I fly and soar, and then I'm in my house and it's a rainy day and I'm looking outside the window and I'm drinking a cup of tea and just reminiscing about my life before I had kids, freedom, wanting to go and do things and be free and fly. So there again, like I said, I don't have a favorite, but this is definitely up there as one of the tracks that I really identify with. And also, this was the second music video release, which was actually the one that was directed by Nick Jenkins. And oh, the feels when I watched that music video. Verklempt. Totally got verklempt. It was beautiful, it was creative, it was completely visceral, and just lovely. So, thank you, Nick, for again making me feel feels. I appreciate it. And the song and the music video together is definitely an experience to be had.
I never saw a reflection more true.
So the fourth track is called Mirror, and it is featuring an artist known as Garner. I wasn't really able to find too much on this particular artist, but I definitely want to do more research because I could really get into his style as well. I liked that there was a little bit of like a rap addition to it. I thought that was fascinating, and it was really well done. Sometimes when you throw in like a rap artist into a song, it feels sort of like the styles don't mix well together, but I think that this particular one just kind of fit. Like, you could tell he was not necessarily a part of the group, but he fit really well into the style of this particular song. And this particular song made me feel a little bit uncomfortable in like a good way, and I think that was the intention. There's something about it that's hard to pin down, that it's just a little bit off, and that's good. I think that's good to feel that every once in a while, to just feel like a little bit I'm uncomfortable with this situation, but I want to keep going with it. So that was kind of why I liked this song. It got a little bit like a stormy, kind of sexy feel to it too, which was there again, it was different. That is really just another thing that I liked about this entire album, is it wasn't like 6 different versions of the exact same kind of song. Each song has its own feel and its own heart to it. So this one felt a little off kilter, but I kind of enjoyed it.
My CD in your bedroom, and I keep touching it to make sure that this is real. You say you know every word, and maybe that soon you'll know how all of the girls in my line of notes feel.
So the second to last track is called Winter Song. It's interesting to listen to the lyrics of this song because it does talk about songs, and it talks about music, and it talks about an album, and so it sort of gets a little bit meta, which is interesting. And this song has probably 2 of my favorite lyrics in it. The idea of singing our own endings, and I could pontificate about that, but just the idea that we're so busy singing our own endings that we don't pay attention to what's really happening. Other lyric that I really like: won't change the way things are, pretending that we're closer. I mean, if you've ever been in a relationship where you've tried to pretend away all of the bad, that's, yeah, right on. And so the last track is called Make a Scene, and the thing that I do find incredibly fascinating about this song is it is the idea of, they do talk about movies, and it sounds like it could be the soundtrack for that last scene in a movie when the characters that you have been waiting to see kiss finally do kiss. It sounds like that kind of music, and lyrically it is about that moment where 2 people finally meet and they make a scene. And kind of there again, a little bit meta, but it's a good song. It's got a great feel to it. And I must admit, I got a little bit of the vapors listening to that one, because just the idea of a guy saying something like that was, yeah, it's nice. Good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll finally make a scene.
I'm a big fan of music, but I have no problem admitting when there's something that I don't like about an album, but I honestly cannot find anything about this album that is not just really good. Let me know what you think. Give the album a listen to. Definitely subscribe to the Caulden Road, which I will put links in the description to their YouTube channel so that you can go and watch all the music videos in full. And I will also put a link to the album itself on the DFTBA website. And I am also going to do a little bit of something special here if you've made it to the end of this review. I have a free giveaway of Reflection that, if you're interested, which after this review you should be, contact me and I will decide one lucky winner who gets to be the proud owner of this. We can share our excitement over having this amazing album. So thank you to Alan for allowing me to kind of gush over his album, and to Christian Caldera for having an amazing voice. And Nick Jenkins for being a fabulous director and allowing me to follow him on Tumblr. And everyone else that was involved in the creation of this album, Risa Rideau for being an amazing graphic designer, and just all of Nerdfighteria for being wonderful. And I don't know what they have in the water in Missoula, but I sure hope the DFTBA Records is able to bottle it and ship it over here, because we could definitely use some here on the East Coast. Alright, we'll see what happens next week.